Updates! Lots of them right here, right now. This week's news is dedicated to Roger Corman, master of so many actors, directors, all kinds of film artists and good moments in our lives. Thanks for all the art, master. Greetings Rummy, you're watching Rum, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and our regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe, and even more our patrons. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. Slow week this week, but it still saw a lot of small things happening. See our short news and two big updates: Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, but most importantly, new content and features for Rennsport. Let's get to it. If your Rum is more of the placid kind, you will rather turn to the truck simulators than to any other sim. We at Rum sometimes drive the trucks to decompress from an intensive race or an intensive day. Your mileage may vary and all that. Whatever reason you have to drive these magnificent beasts, SCS has released a significant update to both their truck simulator games, moving the core game engine into version 1.5. First thing you may notice after the update, especially on high-end machines, will be the slightly better graphics, as they are using a different method for them than they have until now, called temporal anti-aliasing. On a different aspect of graphics, they have changed the UI slightly to make it easier to use with a gamepad or a wheel with less or no need to touch the keyboard. Also in the UI, you will be able to place the mouse over settings options to get a tooltip explaining what it does and what it changes. Back to the driving, you can now have a lane assist activated. It seems making it work well with force feedback controllers was a challenge by itself. For Euro Truck Simulator 2, the first steps in their Switzerland rework are visible already, and they have included a chocolate factory depot, something that meets my unconditional approval. Also, their rework of Germany is moving on, with the Central Rhine region getting better graphics. As I started in Cologne, I'm interested in seeing what they did to the city, and maybe I'll be visiting Dortmund while I'm at it. We should do so while at the Sim Racing Expo in Dortmund so the universe implodes. As we already said in the past, the Scania Demo Center is coming to the sim with this update, including the opportunity to drive the test track by yourself. In American Truck Simulator, the rework on California continues. The International LT gets better interior and exterior, while the Lone Star gets a better interior. If you're into it, there's new accessories for the LT trucks available. The Western Star 49X, on the other hand, got new exhausts. The number of dad jokes I could have made based on that sentence alone is staggering, by the way. Keeping within American Truck Simulator content, the Nebraska DLC got released on Thursday with 12 explorable cities, several landmarks including memorials, lakes and murals, and a myriad of ways to make money delivering agricultural as well as other products. SCS have also made it clear they've dropped some Easter eggs in there too. The Special Transport DLC has been updated with a couple of cargoes you can get in the city of Lincoln, and if you take any external contract or external market job to or from Lincoln, you'll earn this Archie the Mammoth plush. And now I want to buy a real one for myself. Although, the way my household operates, my cats would end up either playing with it or sleeping on it, so nah. After the release of Nebraska, SCS have set up a Great Plains Calling bundle on Steam with Montana, Colorado, Wyoming, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Kansas, and Nebraska. We can't tell you more because at the time of this recording there was no information about the bundle on Steam yet. And it seems SCS's graphic designers were getting bored, as they have now also released a sports paint jobs pack for your enjoyment. Happy trucking to everyone! We haven't heard from Race Room in a very long time, which is never a good sign, although we don't have as much contact to them as we have to the developers of Automobilista 2 or Rennsport, to name two. But now there's official information about new content. Unluckily, not really a whole series as they used to drop in the past, but of course they had the bad luck that their licenses stopped being interesting. DTM is just another GT3 series with nothing special, and WTCR sadly went belly up. On the other hand, they are bringing 3 new BMWs into the sim, the first they officially announced being the BMW M2 CS, and with it the single-make racing series of the BMW M2 CS Cup, followed on Friday by the announcement of the BMW M4 GT4. Also, as far as our information goes, from today on and until the end of the month, you will be able to test all content for free. Nice way to up their very low numbers and at the same time show people what they have. And look, we know the engine is getting old, but the racing in R3E can still be fun, and it's not going to cost you anything. So give it a spin, check out a couple of the series they have. Personally, I am partial to the classic DTM with a Class 1 car, cars and truck racing, but that's me. And if you end up liking it, wait until they have the next sale, which should be around June, get the premium pack with all content and voila! You got yourself a new sim to mess around with. Le Mans Ultimate once again had a tiny update. Patch 3 Hotfix 3 will see to it that the cars do not disappear from the starting grid. A combination of changing settings in the pit menu and a pit stop shortly after would leave you stuck in the pit box. Now, not anymore, and if we understood it correctly, a sound issue when using a non-hybrid car has also been solved. iRacing also released a hotfix. Season 2 patch 5 is running the risk of breaking a record of most patches in a release. Anyway, they fixed a crash when the audio system failed, some unrealistic physics, and the headlights not lighting the scenery, and the Dallara IR18 setups have been renamed. And while we're talking about tiny updates, ACC tweaked the Mustang a bit. You know, that's it. And before you think we've forgotten it, F1 Manager 24 will also come out soon. No, we won't waste further words on it. As they teased and we said last week, Rennsport has released their 1.8.5 update, adding the Fuji Speedway in the GP layout to the sim and the Porsche 963 as well as the BMW M Hybrid V8. We're working on a short review of those and plan to release it next week, so if you don't want to miss it, better subscribe and set YouTube to let you know about all updates in our channel. Also new are pit stops. You won't see any pit crew, even less an animated pit crew, but you can already do them, as you can do multi-class racing and even BOP cars. And rolling starts will now have a safety car in front, pace car for those of you over the pond. And the logic controlling rolling starts has been bettered too, although Rennsport offers no specifics. The replays will now look better thanks to reworked suspension animation graphics. One thing we as racers never like, but which is fundamental, is damage, which is something the developers have tweaked and improved within this update. In that line of thought, the in-game HUD shows damage status as well as tire wear, and it also shows you how many laps you have left until you run out of fuel. Something many drivers will thank the developers for, because messing up fuel calculations is something each and every one of us has done in the past. In line with the new multi-class abilities of Rennsport, the summary screen is divided into classes where needed. The night and day system they already deployed before can now be enjoyed in Road Atlanta, and of course the new Fuji. An assorted collection of bugs, some of them leading to crashes, has been corrected. Link to the detailed list is in the description, and they also have a list of known issues they are working on, which is a nice addition to the update information.